comparison is the thief of joy. When I first heard that, it didn't really hit me as much as it kind of has as I've kind of reflected upon it. Realizing how much I actually compare myself to other people was definitely a wake-up call, because I learned how much my self-worth was determined based on what other people thought of me. Comparing myself to others of, oh, I do more than this person, or, I lift more than this person, or I got a better grade than this person. A lot of my self-worth from a young age stemmed from a lot of that behavior, I fear, and it caused me to be very insecure, and it caused a lot more problems in my life than I would like to admit, because it put me in a mindset of, I'm not succeeding if I'm not the best. And I'm sure that a lot of people can agree that at some point in their lives, they've definitely felt like that as well. They've felt like, they only feel good when they are the best. And for a lot of people, that's not attainable. It's literally physically unattainable to be the best at everything. We're not supposed to be. If we were the best at everything, there would be no sense of accomplishment. When I was younger, I would kind of put people down, or look down on people who weren't doing as much as I was in a lot of things. It could be something, stupid. But for me, it was a lot of sports. For me, that's where my views kind of came from on this. Was, oh, I'm lifting more than this person, or I made more tackles than this person. But I would also compare myself to people who were way better than me, and I would get very subconscious, self-conscious. I always get those two mixed up. Don't quote me on that. I would get very hurt mentally about how I'm not the best. And when I was younger, my dad put me on a pedestal, and I thought that my shit didn't stink. I really did. When I was younger, I was put on a pedestal. I put myself there, and I felt like, everything that I did, it was the best. That's what I thought. And, well, I could tell you, I am most definitely wrong about that. And I wish that I found that out sooner, because it took a long time for me to realize that, and it caused me to be very bitter. It caused me to look down on others and burn a lot of bridges, and I have a lot of guilt for the way that I treated people because of that. So I kind of see this on both sides. As terrible as it is to compare yourself to other people, being the person that compares others is just as bad. It's just as bad. The best thing that I can do right now is obviously look back and say, well, I don't do that anymore. And to the people that I did that to, I have made amends and have made that all better. And I'm happy with that. Right now, I still find much difficulty in not comparing myself to people in everything that I do. I'm still pretty big into weightlifting, so a lot of the stuff that I do, I typically do tend to compare myself to other people of, oh, I'm only lifting this much, and the people my age are doing way more than me. And it destroys my work ethic, because it makes me want to not work out. Because it's two sides of the same coin. You either really want to strive to be better, but when that goal feels too far away and you don't have that self-worth to go and try to change that, then you don't have any desire. It goes from, oh yeah, I can change this, to, oh, that goal's too far away, let me change the goal, or it is what it is. And getting into that mindset's really upsetting, because you're robbing yourself. You're completely robbing yourself of the person that you can be if you just stop comparing yourself to people. And it's definitely something that I should be taking my own advice on, because I do this and still do this to this day, of me comparing and me only being happy when I'm the best. It's not a good habit to be in. It's really not. And I am actively making strides to try to fix that. But it takes a long time. It really does. In terms of getting past this ideology of comparison, the thing that I have found that works best is befriending those who are in the same kind of fields as me or as you, and to learn from them and to humanize these people. You know, at the end of the day, these people are humans. They're living and eating the same things as you. You know, unless you get like a food allergy and you can't eat what they're eating. You know, and when you humanize these people and you become friends with these people, it allows us to not only be in a space where we have a common shared interest, but also in a space where you can learn from them, or you can realize that, hey, this person is not a big scary person who I need to try to puff my chest out and be a tough guy like around. That's something that I know I've had to kind of learn not to do, because I did used to do that for a long time actually. Once I kind of got over that, I started to be way more happy, because I began to make more friends with people who have shared interests, who enjoy doing the same things that I do, and I got to learn so much from these people. I compare myself less to these people that I'm friends with, because I'm happy for their advancement in it as well. When I am doing something by myself, or if I'm lifting by myself for extended periods of time, and people around me are progressing faster than me, I'm going to be upset. But if I'm progressing with one of my friends who is stronger than me, or is more skilled than me in something that we are doing, it makes me feel less bad, because I know that there is somebody right there with me who, even though he may be better than me at something, he is still just as excited, if not more excited, when I lift a little bit more, or if I, make a cool shot. I suck at basketball. I'm terrible at basketball. So when my friends ask if I want to play, like, pick up basketball at the rec center, I'm like, oh yeah, like maybe. And I compare myself to everybody, and I don't have fun, and I get upset, and it's not as fun as it could be. And once I kind of befriended more people at the rec and would go, shoot hoops with them more often, I began to care so much less, because when I did do something cool, they were hyping me up way more than I was. And it gave me the confidence to not just want to play more, but like to want to get better. And my self-conscious behavior began to kind of go away, and I started to stop caring, and I wanted to get better. So my drive to get better was fueled by my friends, and fueled by the people who were once what I would have considered my enemy in that space. And I'm so happy that that's the way that worked out, because now I have everlasting friendships, and I have people that I see occasionally that remember me, and I'm able to just talk to them about playing basketball or lifting weights. And I realized that comparing myself only does harm. In very few cases is there any good to compare. And the sooner that we learn that, the happier we're going to be, the more functional we're going to be, and the more healthy we're going to be when you really think about it. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this topic. Let me know down in the comments if you have compared yourself, or in what spaces have you compared yourself to others, and what have you been doing to try to better yourself and how to get through that. Um, I would love to hear your guys' input on that. So I will I'll continue working on this house, and I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.